What's going on, boys and girls, cat and kittens, and bean sprouts everywhere? Um, that's right.
What?
I know. I just had to come off the top. This is the first group podcast of 2000 and smooth 18. I had a whole opening in my head and it just completely went out the window.
Thank God.
Dazed and confused, joined here by Chris.
Hey, yo, 2018.
Oh, 2018. Okay, all right, wonderful. And we are also joined here by the Flatbush native, Drew.
Peace and vegan blessings in the 18.
And vegan black
in the 18.
And look, I can't even freaking speak today. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can leave us feedback at feedback@thefamouspodcast.com, or as someone did, but I can't play it this week because we have a packed show. Not really. I just don't feel like doing it. Or a voicemail at 678-753-5144.
Solid.
That is 678. I know. You interrupted my second time going here. 678-753-5144. Leave us good old iTunes reviews. We are on the Spotify's. We are on the Facebook groups at The Famous Podcast. I want to talk to some friends of mine in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, Lord.
Every year when the good children of Atlanta in the surrounding metro areas get this thing called snow, they tend to think, and I'm going to get cussed out for this later by two people I know, but they tend to think anything that's above 1 inch is a blizzard. And they shut the entire city down. And my best friend sent me a text message saying that they are in a state of emergency, that they will be rebuilding, and that we will remember this day as the day the Atlanteans fought back. And I don't understand what any of that shit means. All I know is you kids have nothing to complain about when people up north get feet of snow. Okay? I just had to put that out there because my friend Michael, who's a complete, I have to choose my words wisely here, who is a very intelligent creature of God. How about that?
Wow. It doesn't even sound like that was close to what you were originally going to say.
Not at all, actually, now that I think about it.
But yeah, we'll go with intelligent creature of God. Fine.
Yes. Don't text me anymore during the winter about these things. Okay, fantastic. Also giving a shout out and well wishes to Mr. Williams, because I have a smooth black feeling that I'm probably going to be murdered in my sleep within the next 3 weeks. So if I don't show up somewhere and I'm ducked in a ditch in Piedmont Park somewhere, call 911, Chris. Just let them know. I'll put Find My Friends app on your phone so you can locate me.
Okay, no problem.
Fantastical.
I ain't looking.
Fantastical.
I don't know what the frick Piedmont Park is. Like, what, I gotta
Piedmont Park
and all this shit. What is it?
Equivalent? I'm not gonna say the equivalent because nothing is Central Park, but is the Atlanta version of Central Park. There are a lot of people that go to the Piedmont Park. There's a lot of activities that happen there. There's a lot of football games and anywho. So
okay, yeah, the way you said activities, it didn't sound like,
Yeah, it sounded like Central Park in the 80s.
Thank you. Someone speaks English.
It didn't sound like friggin' normal park activities.
Now, we do have an email and a question from someone on Xbox Live, but the email that we have...
Oh my God, we have an email. Who sent us an email?
Let's go ahead and go for it.
Sugarmama469@AOL.com.
Sugarmama469@AOL. Okay. You got mail. Hi, my name is Jessica. I currently reside in Cincinnati, Ohio. Jessica, you need to get out of there. I don't know why anyone lives in Cincinnati.
Leave Jessica alone.
I love Jessica, though.
She wants to friggin'...
First thing he does is shit on...
I mean, because they have the Bengals. I mean,
bro, let her...
Okay. No, and and then he shits on her city.
Yeah, man.
No
Well,
reason.
she wants to live in meager
Can I read?
fucking.
Oh, and so you guys
Go
can
ahead,
make
man.
fun of it, but I can. You know what? That's fine. Jessica, we love you.
Don't. Who the fuck is you guys? Oh, excuse me. Who the heck is you
Wow.
guys?
Okay.
Who the heck?
Who the?
Guru.
Today's show's been sponsored by 4Kids.
Anywho, I heard the last episode, Phoenix, where you went over the Marvel Phase 1 review. I thoroughly enjoyed it and started to come up with a question. We know that your favorite character is Iron Man. I would like to ask the team as a whole who their favorite character is, with the exception of Iron Man.
Listen to the wrap-up show, girl.
Jessica?
The list shows.
Jessica, let me tell you, sis. Iron Man, listen, okay, let's pause. Let's interject here.
You saying
Iron Man is the MCU, okay? He is the he's the bloodline of the MCU. He is what makes Marvel.
Iron Man is DMX?
No, because DMX is
She
a crackhead.
didn't even pose.
Hmm?
Don't disrespect that. Don't disrespect him.
I mean, didn't he work at IHOP or Denny's or
functioning-
something like that?
He's a functioning crackhead.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, as we fastly approach the blackest film in all of history,
Oh, God.
I'd like to say that a young Chadwick Boseman would be a smooth runner-up, followed by Michael Bay Jordan as Killmonger, or Baymonger, as I call
You
him.
haven't even seen.
Jesus Christ. Hasn't seen shit and he's your favorite.
This doesn't make sense.
Listen,
Twitter right
she
now.
asked
Shut
the
the hell up,
question.
please.
No, because listen, this is fake
And
news
it
for
wasn't
you.
even to you.
Because
She
he's
said-
been in a Marvel
said
film
he-
before.
No, she said
Michael
to
B.
you two
Jordan
other
has been
guys,
in
'cause-
one film with superheroes in it, and he was a god-awful Human Torch.
Okay, I said Chadwick Boseman though.
Yeah, okay, but you
But
said
Michael Bay Jordan gets an honorable mention because he,
how?
it's
How
Michael
are
Bay
you
Jordan.
mentioning something you haven't seen him do yet?
I know he's going to do well.
You don't know that he could be the worst.
No, he's not.
You don't know.
It's-
I do
You
know
don't
because I
know.
follow him on Instagram and I get post notifications when he goes.
Wow,
No, joking.
I did not. I did not.
Oh,
I did
God.
not know you was like one of these Twitter fans. Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
our
we not-
friendship has declined.
Listen,
Either that
listen.
or you some sort of clairvoyant and you've seen the movie already.
I have in my mind. But
Yeah.
Drew, as a good friend of mine says, today we're going to present the facts, okay?
That is not a fact. Him being
Fact.
great as Killmonger is not a fact. Not yet. We ain't
Well,
seen it.
Jessica of the Krusty Krab, Ohio. We love you, Jess. I just don't like your city because of the football team. But we here at the
Yeah,
podcast
senses.
fully support Robert Downey Jr. in his endeavors. But
Dude,
it's a
Who the hell is
consensus.
we?
he speaks for all of us.
Okay, I fully support Sir Robert Downey Jr.
No, yeah,
And-
I support the guy too. He's good as a Tony Stark. I mean, but what more do you want? What more could he do?
Yeah, but he's not your favorite. Your favorite would be Deadpool.
MCU Drew.
Yeah,
But-
Crit Drew.
This guy really can't talk today. He must be drunk.
I wish.
he's just making his own names for R&B singers in the future. Crit Drew.
Making my way downtown.
Well then,
No.
so then MCU, Chris, who would you pick?
He's gonna say Chris Evans. Watch, because of his
I
fucking
mean,
beard.
I like Chris Evans the person. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay.
His portrayal of Captain America is also very good, but overall from the MCU,
Tom Hiddleston,
I feel like I feel like
Michael
he's gonna say
Fassbender.
winner.
Michael Fassbender is
He's
nothing.
gonna say
Yeah, Loki.
Okay.
Oh, Loki.
Or Kate Blanchett could be an honorable mention.
Yeah, why don't
You
you,
just,
say her?
just pick
You
everyone
saw
for
that.
you. You're gonna
It makes
pick
more sense for you to say her as Hela than friggin' this guy. Anyway, whatever.
True.
Don't try to make sense of his madness. It's a rough question. I kind of
Hawkeye?
Hell no. Get the fuck
We
out of
will
here.
fire Drew from the podcast if he says Hawkeye. He will get
Fuck
a
outta
smooth
here.
pink slip. Jeez, Drew. I mean,
Oh, sorry. Jesus. Oh, God. New rules.
New scene.
New scene. Cut. Started over. Now, I kind of was, I could say it, but I'm going to go with Spider-Man.
I mean, that's good. That's good.
Yay.
Because I feel like, his first appearance was great in Civil War, and I just see a bright future. So I just see that series going back to greatness. I've been reading some of the books recently too. So yeah, I'll go with Spider-Man.
You're going with Chris.
Everyone.
I also wanted to let you know that one of the listeners said you're fired.
Oh, that was easy.
Why? Because I just yelled out "Storm" just now.
No,
I mean, whatever, man. Everybody put it. Like, look on the table now.
It's hard.
Everybody in the MCU is pretty overall basic and just does what they're supposed to do.
Yeah,
no one has so far been like so friggin' outstanding that we're like, oh my god, everybody fits their roles well. You know what I'm saying? This guy as Falcon is really good. This guy as Bucky is good. Spider-Man, Cap, Iron Man, Widow. Everybody fits their roles. Nobody is like, blah, except for Jeff Goldblum. That is my favorite.
But Jeff Goldblum plays Jeff Goldblum. That's
my favorite character.
It's kind of hard to pick with the MCU because like the casting is kind of really on point. They're not performances. They're not Heath Ledger.
Logan.
Oh God.
Okay, that's the only one that you can kind of be like, yeah, like he freaking killed his role.
We could probably use other characters from other movies because Disney bought it all, so everything's MCU now.
Yeah,
Star Wars is
actually,
MCU.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren is my favorite character in the MCU.
There's more characters. There's probably characters I would pick from Fox X-Men characters as a favorite compared to some of the MCU. The MCU wasn't work too good to be like, oh, this is my favorite. But like Logan is freaking, his shit is like, I mean, it's sad to see him go, but I mean, it's well deserved, you know? Freaking Professor X was perfect.
Ben Affleck as Batman.
No. Once Christian Bale has that.
Aquaman.
A good Batman.
You shut your whole mouth right now, Chris.
I'm lying. Michael Keaton is the best Batman.
This guy, Jason Momoa, was he was Al Pacino in Scent of a Woman. He's just underwater going, hoo-ah! Oh, yeah. That's right. Wow.
All hell's if you're.
Yeah, but I think
what the hell was that?
Modified her question anyway, but I feel like that question fits better with Fox characters, even though their movies are worse.
I don't know. It fits better as an overall comic question because I can just say Deadpool and be done with it.
That too. So yeah, well, if we include all of them, yeah, then
Rocket Raccoon, the coon from South Park.
Great segue, Chris.
I wanted to ask another question before you segue.
Go ahead. Go for it.
Say, being on the same question, is there anyone from the TV Marvel that stands out to you?
No, ma'am. Well, okay. I got one.
Did you say no, ma'am?
Because I thought we were gonna go like.
No,
Iron Fist.
He's gonna say
he's the best.
I know he's gonna say Madam Gal.
Guy.
I am not gonna say Madam Gal. That is no. I was gonna say Wilson Fisk.
He's pretty solid.
The Kingspins.
The Kingspin. He's gonna say Punisher. Clearly.
No, he's gonna say Jessica Jones because they are literally real life counterparts of each other.
No, I told you. I think her show's boring, but I think Luke Cage is also boring. So it doesn't matter.
Luke Cage was pretty boring. Mahershala Ali made that show for me until they killed him.
I mean, I liked it just for.
Did you say Hershey Ali? What'd you say?
I said Mahershala Ali.
Is that how you say his name?
Yes.
Oh,
like Taika Waititi. I pronounce it now.
Taika Waititi.
Taika.
His name is easy.
No, he was a great
about
character.
titties. I have no idea.
It's really piece of shit that they killed him off anyway. But yeah, he was real good for the show.
But yeah,
I feel like
Mississippi Masala was really good as
Mississippi Masala.
Conrad. Jeff, what was his name in the show?
Wow, we've gotten way off topic here. I see.
Segue.
Anyway, thank you, Jessica.
Thanks, Jeff. And you want to do the Xbox Live question since I knew you would forget?
What is your favorite South Park character and why?
I think Drew's favorite South Park character would be
Don't just let him answer.
Just
let him answer the question.
I was gonna say Jimmy.
Oh no! What you call it, Chef?
Well. I mean, I was gonna say Chef at first, but you beat me to the punch, fat boy.
Oh
no, he's not fat. It's just the way he freaking serenades the women and stuff. And he gives
I'm gonna make love to you.
Yeah. His music in real life is freaking amazing too. So
I think Chris's favorite character.
We cares, hot lava.
Yeah, Chef is.
Who's your favorite character, Chris?
Eric Cartman.
I hate you so much. Oh, I hate you so much.
He is super problematic. He is the one we need to purify this world.
You know what? And this is the one time Chris and I have agreed on something. Is my favorite character would be Eric Cartman. I want a child like Eric Cartman so that he can become president one day and be able to. Nope.
I'm a child like Eric Cartman.
Nope. Not gonna go down.
Our president kind of acts like him.
No. Y'all's president acts like it. Nope. Listen. Nope. I'm moving on. Let's get into
Mrs. Garrison.
Drugs are bad. Okay. So,
that's Mr. Mackey. Do you watch the show?
That's right. That's a good point.
Do you even South Park, bro?
Do you South Park, bro? This sounds like a think piece. This sounds like a think piece coming.
Some rumors have come out. Yeah, Black Girl.
Rumors them spreading.
Rumors have come out that Microsoft is bringing Fable back with Turn 10 Studios. Their subdivision, the guys that do Forza Horizon.
I love this guy. So it's gonna look good. We'll know that much.
I think it's called Playground, if I'm not mistaken.
It's gonna look like the sexiest medieval game you've ever seen in your life.
Right. Playground is rumored to be doing Fable. Are y'all excited for Fable to come back?
No.
Okay, that was right down the middle there. What about you, Drew?
What about me in terms of what?
Sweet God, did you?
Are you excited for Fable? Are you listening to the show or are you a part of it?
I didn't know.
It's like the IMAX thing. Be a part of a movie.
Put on your friggin' 3D glasses.
No, I don't give a shit. I didn't play the Fable games at all.
That's even worse than what I said.
Well, I'm excited because I actually enjoyed it.
I don't. So.
I mean, I played. What was the last Fable? What was that? Tree. 9.
Did they even do a Fable 3? They did on 360. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was the one. When it was free for backwards thingamajiggy, I downloads and I plays, and it was nice. It was good. The story's a bit weird. It's like some kind of friggin', I think some sort of incest or something going on. I mean, granted, it is the times. I don't know. But that was my mistake for even paying attention because I should know better. Don't get involved with any video game story unless it has the words Metal Gear or Solid in it. But yeah, I like.
But
no, go ahead.
No. I was gonna ask Phoenix a question. Continue. I was gonna ask Phoenix a question about the story.
Oh no, the battle system is fine. I mean, obviously they'll probably upgrade it or change it to something more akin to Skyrim or Dragon Age or some nonsensical horse shit like this.
Wow.
But
bring it in.
Yeah. New scene.
Come on out.
Went out.
Nah, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, if it looks good and it plays well, I guess $60 has to go to it. I don't I'm not excited because when would this game even come out? 2020?
If I had to guess, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, they made all you schmucks buy this $900 system and ain't even put no games out for the dang darn thing. They talking about friggin' games that ain't coming out until hopefully this dude is impeached. We don't even know.
Well,
when we're gonna get we're all just sitting around waiting for Red Dead Redemption 2.
Well, that's also true. We're also sitting around waiting for Sea of Thieves.
Oh yeah, that's March.
that is March.
So join us on the 7th season.
I was just gonna ask. Did they give any insight of how this project came about? Because wasn't there another Fable being worked on and then they scrapped it?
Fable Legends was being worked on, but it didn't get any. Let's just say it wasn't a good game, so they scrapped it.
No backers? Was nobody backing it?
That just reminded me of Scalebound, man. I'm still pissed about that.
But see, that's the thing. Yeah, and I think a lot of people, for me, I'd much rather you cancel a game than launch a horrible product. Because once a horrible product is launched as a horrible product, and I really hate to go down this road, look at the Dragon Ball Z beta that came out this past weekend.
I don't even want to talk about
that. Look at every Dragon Ball Z beta that's came out so far.
I don't want to talk about that, but I want to talk about it.
That's my point. If that game launches next week and they are having those issues, come on now.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't mind these things because they're free. I mean, far be it from me to pay $30 for a game preview for, something that isn't playing right. So if you give me something for free, I really don't have much to complain about. However, these kinds of things crop up all the time. And specifically talking about this Dragon Ball FighterZ game, happened in the closed, happening in the open beta test now, and
I just don't see the progress. Like, what are they just watching it be messed up?
Exactly. This is the thing. I don't know. The whole part about open beta tests and closed beta tests, mind you, is so people can play the game so you know what works and what doesn't work. The problem with that is if 75% of the people that want to play the goddamn thing can't play it, how are you supposed to know what works and what doesn't work? You ask 10 people.
No progress in it working or not, because like the closed beta. Okay, so now you have the open. Maybe you prepared for it, and now you could stress test the servers.
That's exactly what
we could all get on the game, but we can't fight.
Yeah, you can't stress test anything if there's nothing to test. There's no stress tests.
Yeah, I really don't get the game popularity is like this game has a lot of hype behind it.
Also,
different regions, fighter game community, and people outside of it too.
It's weird though because the FGC is sort of split with.
Well, yeah, just because of the fight system of the
because game. Of the fight system mainly because it basically closes the gap between amateurs and pros, like very quickly.
It's not like it's not something for like you have to really sit. You have to study a fighter game regardless, but the learning curve is much smaller.
Yeah,
compared to
so for someone like me playing with y'all, you really think I'm really okay? So the only way I'm able to keep up with you in Killer Instinct is because I turn simple mode on.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, this entire game is in simple mode because everybody has the same exact mechanics except for their specific special moves. There's a few characters that work differently as far as like.
Wait a minute. So, okay, I'm not gonna lie. One who I'm not big on fighting games, but every character should not play the same. I think that's just.
But listen to what I'm saying. This is what I'm getting ready to explain to you. There are characters that obviously are better in some areas than others, be it speed, strength, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Reach. Like people like Boo obviously have longer reach than everybody else because his arm can stretch. So can Piccolo. Everybody doesn't do that. You know what I mean? So it's like if you're halfway across the screen, I could probably stretch my arm and grab you and bring you towards me with Piccolo or Boo. You can't do that if you're using Gohan or whatever. It doesn't work when you do it. So there's an advantage right there. Characters like Hit from Dragon Ball Super aren't really good in the air, and this game is like 80% aerial. You know what I'm saying? It's just like every character has their own strengths and weaknesses. Though they all virtually play the same, you have to work around like things like Dragon Rush.
The videos sell the game more than the actual gameplay.
Yeah,
I'm canceling my pre-order. That's what this sounds like.
I mean, you have to work around everybody's like change-ups and stuff. You can't like just go in there thinking that every fight is going to play out the same way, because all characters don't. They don't all. You can't use them all the same way. You can if you want, but that's just a basic way to play. After a while, doing the same shit all the time isn't going to work, and you're going to have to alter how you approach each fight. And you
have to practice. It's just the actual moves stuff.
The moves and combos all are basically like the commands of the same.
But you have to still have a strategy and know how to approach certain characters versus others.
You definitely have to watch meter. Meter is huge in this game. If you're not watching your meter, you're doing the wrong thing.
It's like I said, like he just described it the best, that it's just kind of like it's closing that gap between the enthusiasts versus a casual versus someone who really doesn't play them at all, who may just be jumping in as a fan of the show. So I think that's why they took that approach, that everyone can some way enjoy the game. This doesn't make sense that this close to the launch that we can't even. It's not really a big deal that we need to play it, the beta, but I'd rather have more confidence in spending my money knowing at least it is going to be working when on launch day.
Yeah, the confidence is low for that.
We've been through plenty of betas,
and you'll get big local plays, but that's not why people have these machines, to sit down with your people and play locally. It's online.
It's really about like the online. Like
emphasis on the word on. It has some
potential there. That's like I said, even with everything we tore down about the beta and the gameplay just now, there's still a lot of potential for it to be. I don't think it'll be the top game of Evo. Street Fighter's still gonna.
No, yeah, I mean, put it this way: it's gonna be a good, fun game that a lot of people are gonna enjoy when you get to connect and play with other people. But much like how Rockstar sort of dropped the ball when they rolled out their online for GTA 5, and they didn't anticipate the rush on them servers, and nobody could get on. It's a lot like that, but Bandai should have had. Not even just Bandai.
They knew. That's what I said. The excitement was there. They knew.
Yeah, it's not. But at this point, it's not even just Bandai Namco. It's everybody, because these kinds of things happen.
Yeah, every game has like crappy
all
launches.
Gaming companies now. It's not even just them. We're picking on them now because the game is coming out and the beta was just this weekend, and they added an extra day. Like, what does that even mean? You add an extra day for nothing? Because if it's the same issues going on, how is anybody going to get? You know what I mean? Like, it's that sort of thing. But gaming companies are starting to have
not
this
even like
kind
you
of...
say, if you saw some improvement during the time, it would be cool, you know?
Then it would be worth it. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but they would send out the tweet and they're working on it, and then you go back on it, it's the same stuff. So it's like, what exactly
gaming companies
is going
are now coming with this energy, like people who have been caught doing racist stuff and then get outed on Twitter, and then they come out with these notepad apologies that all seem to come from the same publicist script. Like, that's how these gaming companies are coming out now. Every time the game is released or a beta is out or a game preview is out and things go awry or nothing works and people are unhappy, they have the same apology letter. It's weird. It's like, dude, figure it out.
All the crap y'all talk about pub, really, like, even since the last time we recorded, there's been at least 3-4 updates. Like, you see the game improving. It's still not there yet.
Oh, I'm not making fun of, because I own PUBG and I thoroughly enjoy it.
I like making fun of it. It's one of those games I like to make fun of.
Him and Bodman have. I know you're just like joining for a brief troll. But these guys are just like really have their fun with the crap. But like I said, the game is very fun.
I've seen you guys play. It looks mad fun, but it's still fun to make fun of it.
Now the game isn't like I could do a whole show just talking about it. That time Roller clutched the match and stuff. Getting the chicken dinner, it's like there's like certain games where you just get the kind of feeling of happiness, even though it means nothing. It shows up on the screen, but what you have to go through to get to that point is just always.
You have to kill 99 other people.
Yeah, and it's different every time. So, I mean, I dropped the ball the other day and ended up second too, and I'm mad. And then even with that, just developing your strategies, how you approach the match. So it's just like a real good game.
Yeah, I mean, look, all I want is for games to work. It's friggin' 2018. I get it if it's a small company coming out with something and they're testing and they're trying and they're putting their all into it, especially if people have given them money via Kickstarter or whatever. I understand, because at least you're trying to make it work with what you got, and you're making everybody's money that will put towards your project mean something. Like you're actually doing something about it, trying to put out a product for people who care about it and financially back you for it. But these big companies, what the hell are you having problems for? All you got is money.
It's nothing new. This is not their first game. It's nothing new.
I think my biggest issue though is I have an issue with companies, Sony, announcing games 40 years in advance. Kingdom Hearts 3.
Square.
Thank you, because I was heading there. Kingdom Hearts 3.
Okay. So I know that.
I feel like a kid
Kingdom Hearts 3 is slated, and I use air quotes with that because it's supposed to come out this year. Now, do I see that game coming on this console generation? Probably not. I do see that on the next console generation.
Sony Kingdom Hearts 3 VR. Let's go.
Right. Sony's a huge offender in this area because, okay, look, the new God of War, right? Doesn't have a release date, but yet Sony came out and announced a collector's edition at $150 today.
Yeah,
and you don't have a release date. Which I'm assuming it's coming this year if you're announcing a collector's edition for it. But you don't have a release date.
Find a way.
And I think I like the approach Bethesda takes with their games now, where they're like, oh yeah, this game's coming out, and it's coming out in 4 months.
Well, it's because
at least when it's like
they have a trajectory. Yeah, I mean, they have a goal. They set a trajectory, and they meet it. Or at least they try.
That's what I want.
They're
Rockstar
damnedest
to do. I want Rockstar, and hear me out before you like really cut my head off. I think Rockstar is the only publisher. I think Rockstar. I can't speak today. What the hell? I think Rockstar is the only publisher.
WorldStar.
Right.
WorldStar is a very good game company.
I think Rockstar is the only publisher that can release a game in the middle of the night without any promotion, like Beyonce would do. Well, they could drop Grand Theft Auto 6 tomorrow and then sell gangbusters out the door.
Yeah, but that's, the quality you're going to get. And the thing is that even with Rockstar, that as we mentioned before, that even with the date for Red Dead, we expect a delay. And we don't have a problem with that because you're going to get quality. Like at the end of the day, even like, let's say, share or what is it? The date? August? I can't remember right now, but for Red Dead.
It's the spring.
So even they say October and we get that delay, and even if it's delayed to December or January of next year, and even like the online isn't working properly at that time, we know it's coming soon. The thing about like all the greatness of Rockstar is that you obviously see these guys are always working with all the GT like I don't even know how they do it. Like, do those guys do they have the programmers take vacation? The GTA updates, they're not little, like they're big additions to the game. So it's like they must have like two different teams working on the game at least. Because like these guys need some time off. But even when the game is out, they're constantly
they have offices everywhere. Product. LA, New York, London. I think maybe Australia as well.
Usually they have like a certain office working on like different UV. Some work on the Assassin's Creed, like with the French one or something was doing Assassin's Creed, but it's like
I can't fucking talk about Ubisoft.
Chris,
I did mention this because that's what just popped in my head. New scene, but but yeah, with Rockstar, it's not one of the because they have I can't think of the top of my head, but one of their specific offices for certain games. Like I think the Midnight Club was done by like the Canada team or something.
Yeah, I think London.
The London one, yeah.
Yeah, Midnight Club was Rockstar London. But they're a mega, and this is on top of everything else. People were, complaining and moaning and bitching about the, everybody being forced to buy things and blah, 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 this and loot box that and micro transaction this and oh my God, it's gambling. You know what Rockstar did? They gave a good amount of people. I don't know how many people, but they gave a good amount of people free shark cards.
Yeah,
because everybody was like, "Oh yeah, Rockstar has been nickel and diamond people too." It's like nobody from Rockstar said you had to buy a shark card. You know, you can totally play this game and afford everything in it. That's all you got to do. Play the damn game. There's a million missions for you to do. So many different damn races, events, all of this kind of stuff. There are events that go on when you're just in the lobby in a regular G-pop lobby that you can be a part of and win money. Just cash
there's
in
always
hand.
something to do.
It's nothing. And Rockstar was like, "Oh God, I can't believe these guys think we're taking advantage of them. Here's some free money." Like, what? And they already give you free money for just logging in, and they gave people even more free money with a shark
standing
card.
next to your CEO. You get money for
like
top gaming company. Never want to hear anyone say anything bad about them.
Yeah, these guys are idiots for complaining. They could, and the thing is that they're complaining about the wrong thing. They're complaining about games where you have to, not even have to. They're complaining about games that have in-game purchases that aren't mandatory. Why are you complaining about something
that's America,
optional?
Man. Everyone's trying to make money.
Yeah, you're complaining about something that's optional versus complaining about games that come out and don't work. Join the right side. Complaining about the wrong thing always.
Talking all the crap that Battlefront get, and they actually, out of all the ups and downs of EA, they actually give quality games with the Battlefront games. And the second one was better than the first one. But y'all was worried about, I mean, the whole thing about the cost of the box, of the characters, yes, I can understand that. But at least if they just made it affordable where you played the game and you was able to earn it, cool. But complaining, saying that you can buy the boxes and stuff and saying that they're wrong for that, that's like, you don't have to buy it. All you have to do is like, okay, this is wrong, but they should have made Vader more affordable based on if I beat the game this amount of times, whatever, this and that, where at least you put in the time and your effort, the work is shown. But yeah, it's like I said, you're on the wrong side. I don't even care to talk. Let's go. Can we go to the next better part of the show?
Let's go into Mo Better Blues.
Well, yeah, Shane. I wanted to talk about.
I don't want to talk about that.
No?
Me neither.
Okay. Well, Black Mirror.
I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that a lot and all day, every day.
Yeah. To start this, can we just do the round table if y'all all right with this? We just go around and say what your favorite episode of the season was.
Okay, so giving people enough room now, if you have not watched Black Mirror season 4 and you are a huge fan and you plan on watching it, pause the episode, go watch it now, please. And make sure it's on an Xbox or on your TV, not that crap Station 4 stuff, okay? Oof. And then we'll have the conversaciones ready for you. All right, Drew, you're leading the topic. You're leading the charge here.
Yeah, Drew.
Drew.
All right, so I think I would give my favorite episode of this season probably to the museum, the last one.
Shenanigans.
What was it, Black Museum? Am I saying it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hang the DJ's up there. That was the best one, really.
Which one was that?
Hang the DJ.
Hang the DJ? Hang the DJ was Tinder.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good one.
Thing.
Oh.
Yeah, Hang the DJ. But I dislike how... Is it Black Museum? Am I saying episode name wrong?
Yeah, Black Museum is the name of the episode. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was Black Museum or something else.
It's Black Museum.
But, okay, thank you. Thank you for the confirmation.
Black Museum.
Is that the episode?
Yeah.
Wait, one more time?
I think it's Black Museum.
All right, crap. So White Museum. Yeah, that episode...
Negro Gallery.
No, I like it because I like how it was no format, but then it took a format of kind of like a traditional show where it brought everything together, mentioning other episodes and also creating new stories. Meanwhile, the whole episode was its own story also. So I really like that episode for that. The story itself, I kind of caught it at the end. Earl being the daughter. Toward that part and that whole situation. So there was overall I really and then the beat is just the best part of it. Well, no, all the skits are cool in it. They're just hell. But the one with the girlfriend and the conscience, and watching it with your girl and be like, yeah, I wish I could do this to you sometimes, just turn you off, so
Is she next to you right now?
no, she's not here, but I said it to her like when I was watching it, I was like, oh man, I wish I had this.
How about like a honorable mention, like a runner-up out of the 6, well, the other 5 I should say.
I don't really have an honorable. I mean, I just wouldn't put Metal Face in anything.
Metalhead.
That was just dog shit.
But I mean, apparently Metalhead is supposed to be some sort of avant-garde thing that we don't understand. So I'll just leave that.
We've only read the explanations. Like, it was so simple, but it still.
I didn't read it.
It was still so stupid. I had to, because I'm like, what is this big like? So basically, with that was.
Yeah, explain it to me, please.
I guess in this whole post-apocalyptic world and shit, like it didn't. Oh yeah, you know the fucking. I can't speak either.
In this,
do we need to?
Yeah, we did. Just scrap this whole show. Put this in
this post Mr. Papadopoulos world.
Papadopoulos world, but like it's kind of the whole situation is that there's this this little I'm trying to word I'm looking for, but this little home covenant. What's the thing they use in Matrix where they all live? I can't remember.
Oh, the Nebuchadnezzar.
No, not the Nebuchadnezzar, but you know what the towns are called, the ones that's deep underground.
Oh, whatever. What's it called? Not Gaza.
Gaza. The Jamaicans will understand that.
Zion.
But Zion, like these Zion cities, and they like some kid is sick, and there's something to this give him the sense of life and happiness was as simple as a teddy bear. It's still stupid, the whole thing of why these metal dogs would even be protecting some freaking teddy bears, or they know that they would be going after them. So it's like all that stuff is stupid. But even with the girl herself, she could have got away. I felt like even with the whole beating of the dog and then getting like she the moves, so you should have known to freaking like hit it and get the hell out of Dodge if you know it can just pop all these little mini shards into you and stuff. Like it was the whole episode was just dumb. And it was shot good, but it was just the story was just bad.
It was cinematically done super proper. I mean, I for one just was not feeling it, and I know for a fact that all those Robo Dogs were running on iOS 11 because boy oh boy.
Yeah, but I guess for honorable mention, you just have to give it to Hang the DJ, I guess, because that really was the best episode this season. One of the most relatable, similar to the Instagram one of season 3.
Oh yeah,
the video game episode
Nosedive
was pretty relatable.
Nosedive is still Nosedive, and the 50 million merits. Those
merits is freaking amazing. Like 50 million, that you see that every day. That's Twitter. Where it's out there, and they may be trying to get a message, but they just use their voice to just to be popular and sell ads and stuff like that, instead of actually getting a message. Like they basically selling out or whatever. But 50 million merits is one of the top, and freaking the pig one too.
We're not no.
Not the pig part, but the story.
Yeah,
of
I know.
Yeah, but
it's just no.
But yeah, Hang the DJ out of this season because it's just really crazy how it just told the story of how Tinder kind of does work, and it was relatable and how
it's very relatable.
I could see that being a real thing. It could be a real thing of how they analyze you to match you up, because Tinder matches you up, and there's stuff you put in your likes. So stuff I haven't updated since college, because who looks at Facebook to be like, this guy Chris seems cool. Let me see what he likes that I like.
He likes Tropical Fruit Bubblicious, the Foo Schnickens. Guess we'll have a fun time out.
Yeah, so
nobody cares about that.
There's so much little things of that episode too, where you could kind of look at past situations of regret, where they only had where their time that it was limited, and they knew it worked so well, and where you could have something in your life that you feel like probably was good or should have went better, and you for some reason just let it go. Yeah, I'm not ready. That's a popular thing people say. Oh, I'm not looking for a relationship right now. I just want to have fun and stuff like that. So it came full circle in the episode, of course, but
Yeah, I mean, just the very idea that the person they set you up with and you meet them at dinner, and then you basically look at the device, and the device is telling you that you don't, and this is for, for just feeding into it and not breaking apart, which is what they did at the end. Just feeding into it and going along with it, saying this is the allotted time you have with this person. This is set in stone.
And that changes relationships too, because of like how, I mean, that time, the time factor. The time is the one resource that we all can't beat, and we don't want more of. So it's like it changed the whole dynamic. They go to the crib, like, all right, let's get to it. Like we have,
bro, and when he looked down and he saw how much time he had with that woman that he didn't want to be with, he was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, he had like a year with her or something.
He had a year with her when the girl that he wanted ended up with 9 months with the other douchebag. And he was just like, "Oh my God, a year!" So he was beside himself.
Yeah. And then it also just showed you the other part of that episode that's really big to me also is the part of them deciding not to check. And there's something that I guess it kind of stands out with guys themselves where we can have something good and we'll always find a way to mess it up.
Yeah.
That was because of just the.
That was definitely like a huge hey, look at what you should not have done.
Yeah. Like there's so many like a regret of a bad relationship and a guy messing it up. That's like that was textbook of something that a guy would do to mess up something good. Yeah, so just went on too much with my favorite and honorable whoever.
Mine my favorite episode of the season was Archangel.
Oh my God. That episode was so good.
I love that episode because, I mean, put it this way. I loved all of them sans like Metalhead and most of Crocodile, but dude, Archangel to me was so kind of like what and infuriating at the same time because it literally reminded me of all the kids that I grew up with that didn't have, I don't want to say the access to the same kinds of things we were involved in, but they were so held back by, either parental supervision or just borderline fear of their mom, dad, grandma, aunt, whatever, just finding out they've done something they wasn't supposed to do or looking at something they weren't supposed to look at. Like whatever. Just being or just people that I have come to know over the years of growing up of just being super sheltered. And then you either show them something or explain them something about how something is and it blows their mind completely. And you're like, how could you not have known this or have seen or done this? You're like 28 or whatever, however old the person is supposed to be to have to experience certain experiences. But there's really no age limit or like, I want to say like the appropriate age for certain experiences to be shared or had. Because when when this girl got her little chip screwed up, or I guess she deactivated it. I don't know. Well, no, yeah, she deactivated it. Once she deactivated it, like that kid in her school showed her everything, like literally everything. He was showing her like World Star Fight videos, porn, all kinds of just like ratchetry and just like horror on TV and movies and things like that. Like he was showing her the world, basically everything that the kids at her school were involved in, but she was just held back by the computer chip parental control because the dog freaking her out made her like, she got displaced, she got lost from her mother early on. And then they put the tracking device in her so that the mother could see her through the stupid iPad or whatever, through the tablet device. And then the parental settings made her not see anything that she was not cool with. The dog barking, the kids throwing up the finger, anybody cursing, their mouths would just be distorted and a mosaic would show up over it. She couldn't see anything. She was literally blocked from everything that we, I guess, take for granted. But at the moment that she started growing up I mean, everybody knew where this was gonna go. Everybody knew that her mother wasn't going to be able to just let go and not watch her. The moment she felt like she lost control as a parent, she reactivated that damn thing and just started watching her and ended up watching her daughter have sex for the first time. Like, how could you even, like, how do you, as a parent, how are you supposed to continue on after you've watched your daughter, your own kid, have sex, whether it be your daughter or your son? I don't want to watch anybody have sex that I'm related to like that. That's just not what's popping. But the simple fact is that she had her daughter closed off from all of this stuff in life, and it affected her too, because then she just got paranoid, or she most likely just got used to the control of being able to be Uatu the Watcher over her daughter's life because of that damn Archangel program, that stupid microchip in her head, which honestly, we ain't too far from. I mean, they got a whole bunch of sort of like life alert type things that you can use to watch your kids with now. And they have the nanny cams and all of that sort of stuff. But that chip in the head took it to the next level. And when the daughter finally had it enough, when the mother basically slipped her some morning after pills in her smoothie, and the kid was like thrown up at school and what have you, and she didn't know what the hell was going to happen. After she basically waltzed into her boyfriend's job and told her to stay away from my daughter, she had like the kid was trying coke and smoking weed and just be, being a teenager, growing
Being
up.
a teenager.
You basically, this is what kids do. Kids go to high school, they fight, they make out, they may get fingered, they might do the fingering. Some people might have sex, some people might do drugs, you drink alcohol. It's just like being a teenager is all trial and error. Some people go through it, some people just don't. But it's the fact that she held her daughter back from that so early on in life and for such a long time that whenever she just came across something new, she automatically wanted to try it. That's that's typically what happens to sheltered kids.
That's
They
even from when you're young. You put something on the stove. You tell the kid don't touch it. He's gonna keep trying to touch it until he gets burned.
Yeah,
Or you tell him don't have a cookie. He's gonna sneak and try to have a cookie.
yeah.
So
Certain things work through trial and error. Other things you just have to lay down the law and discipline. But it's like she basically controlled her daughter's life, and then once she lost control, she felt like she needed it back. She started watch her do all of this kind of stuff, and just freaked out. And that's why her daughter beat her to death with, well, not to death, but beat her senseless.
I thought she did. That was a
Yeah,
crazy.
I
I was
honestly
like, oh
thought
my
she
god.
died for, like, that's why I keep saying that whenever people ask
Yeah,
me
me
about
too.
it, because I thought that she died, but
It was almost up there with freaking Punisher
yeah, like she beat
and
her,
Orange.
she beat her senseless with the iPad and ran away from home, just hitchhiking. There's some random trucker's truck in his
It,
rig or
that that
whatever.
that was even worse because you don't know
Like,
what the hell that truck is gonna be offering and do with her. That part
because
was like, oh
this is
god,
what that is what's gonna happen. You're going to
no, she
scare
pushed over the
your
edge.
child into running away from home. You're gonna
She
push
actually
them
put it
into
on
the
a worse
streets.
path because it
You're
just
going
you
to
can imagine yourself. But a story about hitchhiking and random truckers and going wherever is like you don't think about pleasant thoughts of where
Yeah, I mean that
what can happen with
girl,
that.
bro, that girl was she was doing fine. She wasn't living on the edge or doing
Yeah, she
anything
was fine.
crazy. She was being a teenager. You know what I mean? It's not like she was 5 minutes from buying a gun and shooting up her school. She was doing
There was
what
better ways for
teenagers
her to
do.
handle it because even you're gonna be scared in terms of the drug part. I mean, that part you're always gonna be bad because I mean, there's always been an epidemic of some sort with drugs, and even with this country in the last freaking 30, 40 years. But there was better ways for her to approach it compared to trying to butt in her life.
Dog. She was like
And
a
I
baby
mean,
when she got lost. And by the time her mother had some sort of like episode about it, the girl was like 15 years old already. Like,
the one thing I hate about that episode, however, is that the mother didn't age, and we know,
oh my God,
like,
that bothered me so much. That
She
bothered
was a
me
mutant.
so
yeah, like,
much that
yo, the woman that
she
like they
stayed the
should have they could
same.
have put they could have put a little makeup
Listen,
they could have put some gray hairs on her ass, something to at
first
least
of
give
all,
me the illusion that I know that this, like,
the dog aged. The dog that she kept walking by to go
the
to
dog
and from
died.
school,
Didn't the dog die?
and then the dog died. So
The,
you trying to tell me
the
that
dog
this?
freaking died, and this woman looked the same.
I was like, there's no way. There's no friggin' way. But
A
whatever.
single mom not looking, and with the amount of stress she had of watching her daughter all the time, she should have looked
Yeah.
more broke down and stressed.
She should have looked way worse than
and
she
banging
looked.
her patient. She's having a freaking affair with her patient.
Yeah, I mean,
and all kind of crap.
Dude, that's why she got beat up with
that was some of the
iPad.
stuff. Like they kind of there's little things with that episode of like the writing itself of like even why they showed that she was dealing with a patient. It could have been a guy. You know what I'm saying? It is like I didn't really get why it had to be a patient and stuff like that.
It is what it is.
I don't know why they never. I wish I kind of knew why the father wasn't there. That kind of could have played a role too of maybe why the mother was so traumatized, or maybe if like she had fertility issues or something. You know what I'm saying? It could have.
She wasn't that traumatized. Obviously, like. She still had her youthful features.
Well, yeah, clearly she just never aged. She freaking, like I said, she was a mutant. But
my honorable mention would be USS Callister.
Yeah. Oh my god, how did I feel like he was gonna pick that? That was before I watched the season first out of all of us. And as soon as that was, I didn't watch it in order. I started to, but as soon as I watched that episode, I had texted him and I said, "You're gonna relate." And anyone I know that games is gonna relate to this episode. Because if you ever tried any kind of MMO, even if you play freaking Destiny, even not as big as a level, but I'm like, this is something like, I mean, GTA. Even to go back to that,
for me,
like this is something so relatable.
Me, it was very specific, based off of the way I play Telltale games, because immediately
I'll say that.
Immediately when he's in his world, he's a dick. Immediately he's in his own world and he takes control of it. He's a dick, and he's a dick to people he works with that have done minor things to him. I mean, maybe not his business partner, because he probably screwed him over in ways that they definitely didn't show. But the stuff that he was doing in retaliation to his business partner is way over the edge.
But I feel like there's so many layers of that episode where there's like little things you can just pick. There's layers of it. Even like just when the big emphasis now on mental health and shit like that, where like, and that was his escape, but not everyone has that sort of escape. Or you think about the way you treat people and things of that nature. He wasn't respected. He was he was one of the founders of this company, and the whole office didn't respect him
at all.
It's freaking crazy. Like, how could you be a freaking top dog? Like you write their checks, and they would spit in your face.
Yeah, his business partner, the McPoyle from Westworld, he was all like, steak and sizzle, and this guy is basically, the brains of the operation. And he just, I don't want to say screwed him over, but he's the one who people speak to like he's the boss, but it's supposed to be their company together. And nobody respects him. Everybody goes to this guy. The new girl automatically was just like, okay, well, he's a little bit of a creep, but I'm still impressed with him because of his coding work and so on and so forth.
She was into the work.
Yeah, she was just into the work, but he automatically just took it like that is. I mean, I don't want to get into a whole thing here, but that is one of the biggest missteps that a lot of men take in social cues. Because here it is, this woman is literally just interested in talking to you for your work. She appreciates you for your mind and the things that you did.
But I mean, look at him though. You gotta he's no one's so in
still
any
no excuse, bro.
Sense of
still no excuse.
No, it's not an excuse, but see, the man's gonna gravitate to any
Oh no, yeah. Especially with him, I understand why he was mentally that way, because she expressed some sort of interest in him, and then Michaela Cole's character basically told her to stay away from him because he stares a lot, which is true.
He's very socially awkward. I mean, for as he was he's pretty off. He's pretty well off and wealthy. He should have been to a doctor.
Hey, man.
That's socially awkward, especially with that kind of business. Like,
hey, listen,
what
I don't expect much from Todd from Breaking Bad anyway. I just
Todd. He got so fat. He looked like two totally different guys. It kind of reminded me of Steve Jobs, the guy's name, but the other founder of Apple, because he was really the brains of the Apple. I can't remember. It's with a W.
Oh, is it like the Facebook situation? Like Zuckerberg really isn't the dude? He just stole it from some other dude?
No, these two guys really started Apple in the garage, but the other guy was more the technical guy, similar to Todd in the show. Steve Jobs was just
the pomp and circumstance.
He was kind of like Dame Dash for Jay-Z, where he would take the computers and go door to door, and he was pitching it to people. Steve Jobs was he had the marketing plan. He knew how to sell the product. But the other guy was really the brains. Who, like, Steve Jobs was also very smart. Let me not take anything. I'm not taking anything away from him at all. Relationship. The other guy, I can't remember his name right now. I know the last name starts with a W.
Is he still alive?
But he was. Yeah, he's still alive. He's wealthy.
He's the reason why everybody has to pay rent for a new phone then.
Well, I don't know how he was hands-on in terms of the phone portion. I don't know, like my Apple knowledge, if he was as hands-on with the company then. But in the beginning, because I actually started reading Steve Jobs' biography. That's the thing. So he talks about the early days, and he talks
not interested in that.
Like, I mean, it's good. Like, some of those guys, those great minds, they're interesting to read, man. Because, like, there's certain things in their life that I want to encompass and try to. Like, one of the simplest things, like, I have a problem. Like, I like dressing, like, wearing clothes and stuff. And that's a form of way to express yourself. But, like, someone like Zuckerberg, you know how he looks. He just wears a T-shirt and some freaking kicks and jeans. And I try to now dress in a more not to think about that shit no more. I don't need to think about certain brands and shit like that.
Do you dress like the guys at the Video Game Awards where they wear
oh, hell no. I don't
black wear T-shirt, jeans, and a black blazer?
And a blazer? No, I don't wear a blazer with a T-shirt.
Black gaming T-shirt, black blazer.
Somebody's there?
Dungarees.
That relation. I just my fault to jump in again, but yeah. Anything else about that episode?
No, sir. The women taking over at the end was great. The overall that whole episode was just
there was layers. There were layers.
It was just nuts.
There were definitely layers.
There was so much. The things he was doing to his business partners. I guess.
Oh, to his
body
kid?
copy AI consciousness, whatever you want to call it, in his world, just terrible. The way he was just basically being the man and just imposing himself on all of the women that he created in that world based off of the women that he works with, just so gross. And the things that he was doing to other, like, there are other, we just saw the immediate people that he works with at work. There was people that we didn't see that he just turned into just straight up grotesque monsters.
and killed them every time.
Straight up killed them all the time, making them relive that on a regular basis.
That's big on the whole mental health part too, because this guy, like, on the outside looking in, like, listen, we was reading about him in Forbes magazine. It's freaking amazing. Like, he has everything going for him. He's so smart. And this guy wouldn't even have the confidence to ask some women out on a date or or defend himself. You know what I'm saying? That from the outside looking in, like, mentally, that it's so crazy how people you interact with, you see that it can always look good. For, like, people could put on that facade. He really wasn't. He was just straight up a freaking creep.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you didn't work at the company, you didn't know him, you would really think, like, even his freaking secretary, I should be able to walk into my office, boss. Like, I don't got my ID. Let me the hell in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that episode was terrible. But the
I mean, it didn't really tell a story.
Oh, it told many. I mean, as far as like a linear kind of plot to that episode, no, it didn't. But it told a lot of truths.
It was very basic
about a lot of different type of people, specifically one type of person.
Well, that's all I had. I didn't have anything else on there.
Oh,
yeah. What's your favorite?
Yeah,
sir?
The reason why I was quiet was because y'all both talked in detail about the 2 episodes that I was. So there's really no need for me to just go in detail. The museum episode was my favorite.
You should have jumped in though.
No, because I'm not gonna cut y'all off because y'all were talking. I'm like, okay, he's bringing up good points. He's bringing up good points.
That's what we do.
That's what we here for, bro. This was like an Xbox Live Party combo right there. So if we were reviewing it on Xbox, this is how we would have talked anyway. So I don't understand why
this isn't an Xbox Party chat because y'all be like, you know.
Well, I'm not vaping.
It's weird because you said y'all. But I didn't know I was Darth Vader.
And he doesn't even vape either.
No, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm just saying, anyway. So I like the museum episode because the twist at the end I did not see coming until she revealed it. And then the video game episode where she like really played that dude for a fool. Like, oh, let's go swimming. And I was like, oh no, #MeToo moment. Oh my God, I'm not liking this. And
it was weird. That whole episode, I kept thinking she was Alison Brie, and it wasn't Alison Brie. But the whole episode, I'm like, this is Alison Brie. I know it's not her, but she just looks so much like her.
You only mentioned it, but as any talk about Crocodile? Crocodile was wild to me.
Which one was that? The black and white one?
No, that's Metalhead.
We're not
Crocodile
talking about that again. Never again.
Those two limey English people killed that dude. I think they were Irish.
Oh my God!
Listen. And then she basically went on a tirade and decided, well, you know what? Everybody's gonna die that knows about this.
Yeah, the thing that killed me with that episode, she killed the baby. I mean, she had right reason to.
Dude, she killed the baby and then
she knows how the technology works.
Snitched out by a hamster.
A hamster. A freaking I don't know why they didn't call it hamster instead of why I don't think Chris, I know definitely. I should have looked it up. Why is it called Crocodile?
That's probably a metaphor or something like this.
Because I was trying to think of a crocodile, this and that, of like what that had to do with the episode. I'm sad that the Indian girl got killed too. It kind of like
she was so cool and cute and did not deserve to die. I didn't understand.
And I didn't get it. Like, yeah, I didn't understand. I didn't think she was going to die. I thought she was going to be the one to save the day. She would have solved the case.
But oh man, that's a wild detective tool, huh? Just yeah, don't say anything. Mm-hmm. Just sit there. We're gonna read your mind.
Wow. Crazy. Even and her freaking husband getting bodied too. Like that was like, oh man. My man was just chilling, waiting for his wife to get home, taking a quick bath. Like she got his dome rocked in the freaking bathtub.
They killed the guy on the bike. Years pass by. She becomes whatever the hell she becomes, totally irrelevant because she's a friggin' criminal. The guy comes to confront her about it. Like, yeah, this has been weighing on me, et cetera, et cetera. We got to do something about it. Like, I can't, like, this guy was married. You know, she doesn't know. She needs closure. We need to tell her. She's like, no, I have a life now. I got a son. I got a family. I can't get back into this. We decided to bury it. And they have a scuffle. She kills him in the hotel. Just what the hell? And then just because something else happens and she sees it outside of the hotel room, the detectives they captured everybody in that area on the CCTV cameras. So the detectives have to question everybody who was on that camera that saw the accident happen. She happened to be one of those people.
She's a horrible criminal, by the way.
Yeah, who kills somebody and then goes to stand up by the open window? Dumbass.
Stand in the window. Hey, let me see. Hey, did you see me? Yeah, it was cool, right?
It's not even like she went there and just closed the blinds. She went up there and then like saw the crash happen and then did like a reflective moment. Like, you just killed somebody. Why don't you cry? How about that? How about you cry? How about you cry into your hands? How about you crawl into a fetal position on the floor and cry with your knees attached to your chest? What the hell are you doing staring out the window? You didn't just have some rad sex with Sharon Stone. Go cry. Go into the bathtub and cry. I don't understand what.
She's doing all right. She's doing all right at first.
Huh?
I mean, it's. I said she was doing all right at first with her whole little setup of trying with dumping the body and then ordering the porn and stuff like that.
Yeah. She ordered porn so that the noise would drown out.
Yeah.
Wow.
God. And then
Well,
the
and also to
detective
give
comes.
an alibi, it's like, oh, I was in
She
my room.
kills the detective, and then she goes. She asks the detective if she was married and she had a boyfriend or anything. And she lied, and she was like, no. And then oh God,
Everything
it's
was dumb.
just.
She wasn't even mentally strong to lie in with the brain thing. Like all I would have did at that point was think about porn or something. Yeah, this is all I saw that evening. Was
Bro.
what you call it? Like Lacey Duval. Yep, that's my
Yeah.
evening.
Wow, what a pull. Lacey Duval.
Yeah, no, I just
digging in the crates.
I was trying to get a name.
Who the hell is Lacey? I don't want to know.
Don't know. Clearly, you don't know.
She's so like 90s. It's ridiculous.
That's like
I know Debbie Does Dallas.
Wow. What are you, somebody's drunk uncle at a barbecue? Debbie Does Dallas.
Or Debbie Does Dishes, whatever it's called. Two girls, one cup. I don't
Roseanne.
know.
This this what the kids called her, felon degenerate, doesn't know how to, like you said, she doesn't know how to focus her mind. Like she needs to go to the George Costanza School of Lying, or like I don't know, like it's not a lie if you believe it. So all you gotta do is believe that you didn't kill that dude and that you were just watching porn and so on and so forth. Think about what you wanted to do that day instead of that. Why are you thinking about that?
Yeah, she wasn't mentally strong at all. Like after she killed, well, I mean, I would be messed up too. But after she killed the husband and the baby, she's at the show crying at her husband. Like you gotta, if you really didn't want to go to jail that bad, you got to be mentally prepared.
Listen, let me tell you something. If them girls come to this door with some cuffs, talking about sis, girl, no, ma'am. Beyonce might drop an album any day. Not doing this. I have not seen Black Panther. I have not seen Infinity War. No, ma'am. Y'all can come back at a later date and time. Sis, what's going to happen here right now? That's not going to happen.
Pretty sure the authorities they would have hooked
you
any of that.
Yeah, you would have hooked up. They would have hooked you up on the machine, and they would have just seen pictures of Michael B. Jordan, or something, and Beyonce.
Yeah, they would know. They would know that you didn't do whatever it is they think you did, because your mind would just be cluttered with that nonsense.
Basically, I do. Go ahead.
Sorry. No,
this was completely off topic. Like, as in.
Oh, all right. So did you? I was gonna ask. So overall, well, I don't know if Phoenix watched the other ones, but I know the season wasn't as strong. Y'all want a 1 to 10 it? Anything?
I give it an 8.
If I had to do Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, or PS4, I'd do a.
Oh my God!
I'd do an Xbox One S.
You created your own rating system,
and that's pretty much.
I'd give it a 7. I'd give it a 7.
Yeah, I could see. I'll meet y'all. I'll 7.5 it.
Oh,
I'll give it 8. No, I'll give it 8.
That is so goddamn annoying. Like, you piss me off when you do that. Like, this is like, it's like people standing next to you at Price is Right. It's like $800, 801. I'm gonna stab you when the show's over.
And Jeopardy too.
Why don't you get your own?
No lie. If I ever go on that show, and because granted, I mean, y'all know I'm good with numbers, so I'll be like, well, figures as far as anyway. Chris will be like $875. I'll be like $875.50.
I'm gonna kill you.
I only want to go on that show to play Plinko. Like, that's the greatest.
That's the only reason I want to listen.
I think that's the only reason anybody wants to go. It's the greatest.
Well, I guess we get our friendship back. Early in the show, I kind of rescinded it. All right,
I'm not gonna lie, because when I was a kid, we used to have like this. It was like a play school toy chest, and we used to stick pencils in it with like tape, and used to drop like this fake hockey puck in it to act like we were playing Plinko.
Nah, Plinko is like one of the greatest things ever made. Like Bob,
they used to have some made up Plinko nonsense.
What is Dave and Buster's
at like fairs or whatever? Yeah, I mean, They got versions of it in like different types of arcades.
But nothing will ever compare, man.
No.
Nothing will ever. The original, like
That's the OG.
I just want to play Plinko and also spin the wheel. Used to do
Yes.
some punk ass spins.
Because what used to kill you, but you know what though? If let's say if it's like right next to $1 million, I would be a smart ass and just nudge it a little bit. Like I spend it.
I think I have to do one full rotation though.
Yeah. How many spins do you get? You get 3 spins, no?
No.
Yeah, I think it's 3.
It's just the one.
You don't get this one. It's more than one.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't watched it since like when Bob Barker was there.
You spin it, you can. Do you get to choose or something? It's been a while too. Like you spin
I
it
don't
like.
remember. Like who's even the host of that shenanigans?
Yeah, no, I'll give it. Was it Drew Carey? I don't know if he still is.
No, Chris, we didn't.
It was Drew.
Can
Carey.
we just talk about this and then we can head out of here?
Isn't it Snoop? Does Snoop host it?
No,
I know he's hosting something.
Listen, my dreams have come true.
Oh Lord!
So I now have 2 reasons to watch WWE NXT. It was officially announced this week.
What happened?
That King Ricochet is coming to NXT.
God.
And listen, Chris, you shut your mouth.
I'm listening. I didn't even say anything.
Because the stars have aligned. Taylor Swift is clearly going to get hit. Listen, just let me go on my rant. The stars have aligned. Taylor Swift is going to be taken out of here. Okay. And King Ricochet has come home to the WWE. Actually, home is New Japan Pro Wrestling, but home to the WWE where I can watch him every week. And that sounds very stalkerish, but that's fine. That's fine. That'll happen.
This isn't sounding too good.
No, it doesn't. With that being said, I'm just excited.
What the hell is going on with Taylor Swift, though? How does she fit into this?
I don't know. She needs to be taken out. That's all I know.
To dinner or
like as in out of this
assassin.
Life.
Oh.
Like she needs to be completely out of here.
I haven't played Assassin's Creed since Black Flag, so I don't really know if I'm good at
that. No, don't be on your way. Damn it. Okay, anyway.
I guess that's the end of the show.
No, because I'm supposed to be going to the gym and I really, really don't freaking feel like it. But anyway. So I'd like to personally thank Chris for getting me back into South Park, The Fractured Butthole. It's scrumptious.
Yeah, it's.
I'll thank him for the recent anime recommendations. We'll talk about them. We need to talk about them next episode.
You're welcome, guys. This is what I'm here for, to friggin' just shower you with gifts and recommendations and good tidings, because I'm clearly the only one that has taste among us. You're welcome.
That is a whole.
Yeah, I don't know what that last part was about. But no.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, but that came from the pit of hell.
I'm just speaking my truth, man. Just speaking my truth.
I haven't talked to Chris or Drew about this, but thank you to everyone who's given me feedback on this Marvel project that I'm doing. I knew Chris and Drew was not going to watch all these movies, especially Chris. That's why I didn't bring him into that.
Phoenix asked me.
He tried though.
Yeah,
he mentioned this whole Marvel thing. Like, I'm gonna watch the beginning and the end. You gonna join me?
Phoenix hit me up and said, "Where should I start?" I was like, "Skip all that nonsense and start at Winter Soldier."
I just I have to still watch The Gifted. I still have to watch Runaways.
None of that.
But that's bursts. Do you know what I'm saying? That's bursts of things that you can just plow through. These Marvel movies are like 3 hours each.
Well, yeah, that was the thing. The amount of time, like I can't even watch the shows regularly that I want to. There's no way I'm going to give that time to watch these movies again.
This is what I'm saying. Like,
either way,
you had to watch Iron Man 1.
I'll just watch a YouTube video. I'll just watch a YouTube video for the Easter eggs.
Are you gonna watch Iron Man 2? Because you shouldn't.
I did. Anyway, enough about that. Thank you, everyone, who have given me this feedback.
Wait, how many did you watch? Because I want to listen to the episode. I didn't listen to it.
I watched.
Morgan said it was
phase
good.
one.
I watched. Listened to it.
Morgan said it was good.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I listened to. I watched all of phase one. As painful as the hell that was.
Are you serious? Did you watch the Hulk?
Unfortunately.
Wait, you did? I thought I told you to skip it.
No, I did.
You said, you asked me, and I said,
no,
Chris,
I did.
told him to skip it. He asked me. He's like, shit. I was like, no.
I told him to skip it too. I said, skip to the end when Tony comes.
Yeah, when Sir Robert comes through the door, like a Southwestern.
The hell you watching that whole movie for? I mean, it's the better Hulk movie, but what are you gonna do?
Well, either way, I'm halfway done with phase 2 now. Captain America: The Winter Soldier is up next.
Where you should have started.
So where MCU starts.
Anyway. Basically, where the MCU officially gets good.
Anywho, I'm not denying that. The next episode.
Speaking of which,
geez, I mean,
sorry, the whole issue with that that nonsensical Red Sparrow looking movie with Jennifer Lawrence or whatever, that is not some sort of Black Widow origin type ripoff. It just looks similar. However, being that movie is coming out, Marvel said, we gotta do this damn Black Widow movie because it looks like they're doing one. So they're doing a Black Widow movie. However, if Black Widow is a movie that plays out much like how Winter Soldier does, where it's a movie that contains characters that are superheroes, but is not a superhero movie, it will be fine. It will do amazing. It will be well. Because
okay, Donald Trump.
No, because it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be the greatest superhero movie. That's not a superhero ever.
I am the least racist person you know. No, the Black Widow has a very rich history and just like huge amount of stories.
Yes,
that you can tell and different directions you can go with it. Like everything doesn't have to be, big budget nonsense. You can make like how Winter Soldier was. You can make a spy movie and it's good because there's mad action in it, and that's basically what Black Widow is about: action, assassins, and beating up Hawkeye. So let's make that movie, guys.
What I'm going to do different with this episode that I'm going to record, and it's not getting released until the week of Black Panther, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're going to release it next week." No.
Wait, what are we talking about?
The phase 2 review.
Oh,
it's getting released the week of Black Panther, and I'm going to break down movie by movie, and I've literally taken notes while I'm watching the film. Thor: The Dark World is not as bad as everyone made it seem to be, even though I've seen it 100 times and I've rewatched it. And I'm gonna have I do have an issue with how dumb Asgardians are.
Tell me about it.
Because
in that movie specifically, yes.
In matter of fact, I'm just gonna say in Thor lore as a whole. Because something happened.
Lore, maybe Norse god mythology, sure.
Something happened in Thor 1, Avengers, in Thor: The Dark World that it's like, are y'all not catching on to this at this point? And in fact, they picked it up in Thor Ragnarok. And it's like,
I know.
So y'all waited to the third
I already know what you're talking about too.
Right. It's just like y'all wait to the third movie to catch on to this. But I'm not going to talk about that here. I'm going to save it for that show.
Well, if it's any consolation, they never really catch on to it in comics. So
we'll talk. We might be on the same
page. It's just a running gag. But
yeah.
Hey, could I call in for that? Because I like Winter Soldier and most of the movies in phase 2. I call in.
Yeah, you call in. Yeah, you call in.
First time call, long time listener.
Yeah,
I say that Bucky's really good with that knife fight, and he might be Puerto Rican.
Brooks?
Well, that Black Panther guy, he's a real cool one. Man, oh boy. I see a great future for him.
That Negro cat.
Hey, man,
wow. We're going to go ahead and end the show here.
He's a real humdinger.
Man, I'm happy we have black superheroes now, man. What did we do in the world without him?
Wow.
I've been so long. Years ago, and it took 50 years just to get a black superhero? Jesus Christ. What the hell is Stan Lee doing with his old ass?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to this previous podcast. Shout out to Betty White. Happy 96th birthday, sis.
Shout out to Muhammad Ali.
And her too. And Wait a minute, who?
Shout out to Juice that came out today.
To who? What?
What did you say?
The movie Juice.
Oh, Juice, yes.
Juice.
The anniversary.
It would be
Juice.
something that was related to sugar. You know what? Anywho.
Juice is a very pivotal movie.
I know. Chris, take us out.
Bye.